country. And joining us with all the latest numbers is consumer behavior expert Dr. Vili Abraham. So, what is the average rent in Israel? Everybody wants to know.
Well, the average is just a bit over 4,000 shekels a month. It's 2.8% year over year if you compare the fourth quarter of 2019 to 2018. But Ashkelon had the highest rise in rent. It's 2.8 K per month. And in Tel Aviv, it's 5,700 shekels a month, 3.4 year over year in comparison to 2018.
Just a little bit of a difference. So Tel Aviv, I'm assuming, is the most expensive. And what is the least expensive place to live in?
Well, the least expensive place, well, it depends on how many bedrooms you're looking at, because it really varies depending on
comparable properties. For comparable,
I would say that probably Beersheba is in comparison to the other big cities in the country. But the most dramatic increase is among the two-bedroom apartments. So in Ramlah, it's 2,600 shekels a month, and Jerusalem, Holon, and Netanya, it's 3,000 shekels.
Well, and just for everybody at home who's watching this, just so you know, a two-bedroom apartment in Israel is considered a one-bedroom apartment in the United States. It's one bedroom and then a living space.
And it's about $800 or $900 a month, which is pretty expensive. If you look at three-bedroom apartments in Jerusalem, it's 4,000 shekels. In Tel Aviv, 6, and in Haifa, it's 2,700
It's
shekels.
interesting how that is the average, because of course, when you think about Tel Aviv specifically, if you want to live truly in the center of the city, forget about it. 6,000 for a three-room apartment. There's no chance you're going to find something like that.
It depends how close it is to the center. It depends whether there's public transportation nearby, kindergarten, schools, shopping centers. But that's just the average. Of course, it could be 7, 8, and 9,000 shekels if you're in a new building.
What's second to Tel Aviv is actually I'm curious about. Do we have that figure?
Well, yes. After Tel Aviv, we have Jerusalem.
Of course.
Yeah, one of the most expensive countries. Now, by the way, what I wanted to do is I wanted to see whether there's a correlation between the income, the average income of the population,
the cost
and
of living here is very
you know, there was really no correlation. Because, for example, in Tel Aviv, the average is 5,700 shekels, and people earn, on average, a little bit more than Jerusalem, but the rent is a lot cheaper. Or, for example, if you compare Beersheba and Jerusalem, on average, a family earns about 14,000 shekels a month, but there's a major difference in the rent they're paid.
Yeah. And what are some of the factors that are contributing to the rising rental prices today? Okay,
two major factors. One of them explains the major reason for this increase in Tel Aviv. It's the Airbnb apartments. There are 7,000 Airbnb apartments in Tel Aviv, seven times as much as in New York City. It's incredible. So it means that one of the reasons why apartments are so expensive to rent or buy in Israel is because supply is very low in comparison to demand. We need 47,000 new apartments every year in order to keep up with demand. Right now, there's a shortage of between 50,000 and 100,000.
It's unbelievable. All right. Well, thank you for joining us with these new numbers. I'm not sure how they make me feel.
Sad.
A little bit sad. A little bit sad.
But Billy, thank you so much for giving us that wonderful taste. Thank you so much. Moving on, good things come to those who wait, and that's exactly true for archaeologist excavations, which can often take years and